In the Victorian era, it was a popular party entertainment to unwrap mummies. The host would purchase a mummy, and guests would take turns removing a bandage each, expressing horror. Children sometimes participated in this celebration of the desecration of remains. Archaeologists and doctors conducted public autopsies on mummies, which they obtained for free. However, after conducting research and autopsies, the bodies turned out to be unnecessary. Initially, the remains were discarded, but later they were sold to paint manufacturers at a nominal price. It may sound strange, but the crushed remains of ancient bodies produced a rich brown shade, which made them popular among artists. The demand for mummy dye dates back to the 1960s. The production of this dye ceased due to a trivial reason. The manufacturer simply ran out of mummies. Is it acceptable to treat the remains of the dead in this way, even if they are over 3,000 years old? In 1983, 3 female dancers at a strip club in Clearwater, Florida, were arrested by police in Pinellas County. The arrest was made after police officers, who were working undercover, accused the dancers of indecent behavior and exposing their genitals to visitors. The accused were taken to court. The police argued that such behavior contravened a local ordinance prohibiting the display of nudity in places where food and alcohol were sold. When the court heard the police's arguments and gave the girls the floor, one of them stood up, turned her back to the judge, and bent over to show him her underwear. The judge saw that the genitals were covered and that the charges were false. David Demers found this argument convincing, leading to the release and acquittal of the girls. During the Industrial Revolution in Britain and Ireland, a new profession emerged: the alarm clock man. This person would walk the streets early in the morning and knock on people's windows. The 17th centuries in Europe saw the rise of the Industrial Revolution, leading to the construction of factories and plants, and the introduction of the concept of a working schedule into people's lives. In the past, workers in some regions were awakened by a knocker-upper, who would go from house to house with a long stick to signal the start of the workday. This was especially common in northern towns where people worked in shifts, and in London, where fishermen used the tides to measure time. In addition to long sticks, alarmers also used other methods, such as soft hammers, ratchets, and even throwing pipes. However, no one woke the alarm clock itself. These people tended to sleep in the afternoon so that they could be up and about at 4 in the morning. Alarm clock services were especially popular in poor neighborhoods where people worked in shifts and could not afford to buy a clock. Literature even references such an unusual profession for modern people, as seen in Charles Dickens' novel Great Expectations. One of the last known alarm clock professionals was Mary Smith, a resident of London. However, with the rapid spread of electricity and alarm clocks in the 1940s, this profession began to disappear. In 1926 Berlin, people brought their dogs to be euthanized due to the increased tax on pets. Despite the somber occasion, some posed for photographs while others chatted in the queue. The animals remained calm and unsuspecting. The photo evokes mixed feelings. If these animals had been abandoned, their fate would likely have been the same, but it would have prolonged their suffering. Would you euthanize your pet if you couldn't afford its care? In this photograph, a young Vietnamese militia woman takes American pilot Gerald Santo Venacci prisoner after his RF-4C aircraft navigation aircraft was downed. She orders him to move forward without turning around while pointing her rifle at him. What is striking is the fact that the girl's face shows no fear, and she purposefully leads her captive forward. The photo was taken on the 17th of September 1967. Could the girl have led an American soldier alone in this staged photo? Headstones holding hands. The cemetery in the town of Roermond. The Netherlands is known for its tolerance, but few people realize that until the 1960s, there were strong religious and ideological divisions in Dutch society. In 1842, a 33-year-old officer named Van Gorkum married a 22-year-old Catholic woman. Although the couple was happy, not everyone approved of the marriage because Van Gorkum was Protestant. However, the younger generation was indifferent to the prevailing social attitudes, and their marriage endured for nearly 4 decades, until Van Gorkum's passing in 1880. Despite the existing religious segregation laws, he was interred in a Protestant cemetery. His wife survived him by 8 years, passing away in 1888. Despite her desire to be buried next to her husband, her remains were interred in the Catholic cemetery on the other side of the high stone wall from the Protestant cemetery. However, the local Masons found a way to ensure that the two spouses remained together even in death. They constructed a magnificent double tombstone, separated by a high wall, yet united into a single entity by the handshake of the stone hands of the Protestant Van Gorkum and his beloved Catholic wife. This photograph, published worldwide in 1924 in National Geographic magazine, depicts a man hiding under the crown of a giant plant on the slope of a once active volcano in Hawaii's Maui Island. The caption confirms the plant's unique size. Of course, this image could be mistaken for a hoax or a manipulated photo. However, at the time this man was captured, image manipulation software did not exist. The photo is clear and not blurred. Please subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.